obviously another player who's for much of his Arsenal career been quite criticised, quite unpopular with the fans. Granit Xhaka, who's now looking, in great form, and he's almost loved by the fans now. What are your thoughts on his sort of turnaround?
No, again, I think he himself, especially the manager, deserves a lot of credit for the way that's been handled and managed. We've seen Arteta make decisions on other players and feel they're bad for the group. So, as much as performances may have been questioned by fans, it's obvious that he hasn't been disruptive within the club because the manager wouldn't have tolerated that. The players wouldn't respond to that. So, I think it's an eye opener for all fans really to recognise that, performances are not always at the level you hope of every player, but plays me more to the clubs and the teams than just that performance or just their current form. I think his body of work has been good for Arsenal, but he obviously brings a high level of leadership, one because he's one of the captains and wore the armband, but also he's trusted when he's going through a bad time. He's trusted to perform, he's trusted to be picked, and he's trusted around the other players.
Touch on Liverpool. Obviously, it's not been so good for them this season. What do you think's behind that right now?
Yeah, obviously their level of consistency hasn't been maintained from previous years. I think Mane is huge. I said it again to Matt before the start of the season. I think he would be underestimatedly missed by Liverpool. I'm not sure, or I'm not saying that they weren't aware of what he brought to the team, but it wasn't a straightforward replacement to get that. Again, a lot of the focus has been on Salah in terms of the goals that he scored, but the impact and influence on games, Mane's right up there. So are you able to just place that overnight? I don't think so, and it's evident that not. But listen, that has a snowball effect on the rest of the team. Intensity that he plays with out of possession is key in Liverpool's game. Is all about intensity. So to lose a high portion of that was always going to be difficult. And as I said, now it's when it's less fearful if you're going to Anfield or facing Liverpool, and you're less fearful of the players you're playing against. You believe you have an opportunity to win.
And I wondered, maybe during your time as a player, were there ever, obviously they had the great success last season, quite a sort of intense season last year, were there ever times as a player where you had maybe a successful season the season before and then it found it quite difficult to sort of replicate that the following season?
You would say after the first title win, City, but it wasn't a difficult one. It was just obviously teams now are aware of the level, so they raised themselves. So it's nothing to do with complacency or anything like that. Also, fatigue plays a massive part, not just physically but mentally. Like, it takes a lot to do what they did last season, to achieve what they did, even in regards to playing every possible game. Mentally not being able to switch off throughout any stage of the season because they was competing at the highest level takes its toll, and then players go away on international duty and again still have to focus mentally and physically. So them things have a huge impact on performance.